Hello everyone, this is Lodi and you're watching Hacktoberfest Day 13. Don't worry, you didn't miss out on Day 11 and Day 12's episodes. I just didn't upload anything because I was knee-deep into refactoring the code into something which is more production ready. Also, I was hunting bugs, and with the help of Freddle, I tried to understand the quirks and weirdnesses of the Arx Fatalis engine. Nonetheless, that resulted in me tearing half of my remaining hair follicles out. Let me elaborate. Here is the latest version of my generator code. As you can see, it shrunk quite a bit from that previous 120 or so lines of code into just under 20 lines. The main part of it is this generate function, which pipes together or glues together these three steps that I use to generate the levels. And also, when I call this, then I pass it this configuration object. So if you want to read what is going on in the generation process, then you just have to read functions from top to bottom. First I generate a blank map data, then I finalize it. In this case I'm not adding anything to this level, and then I save it to the disk. I generate the output in JSON format and I will compile it. I already have this compiled, so let me just start up Arx Libertatis and we'll check out what is going on in the level. And if I start a new game, then you can see that it loaded quickly. And I can move around, but nothing is happening there. Okay, let's see what we can do from this state in the game. I will move the player to a specified location, and I also want to add a floor to the game. And I'm gonna do a quick compilation here. And here's our polygon, and we are standing on it. That's neat. And we are here on the map. Alright, let's add the skybox since we already have that. Need to do another recompilation. And here we have our previous skybox. It's neat, it's cool. And we are still in this location. Okay, one more feature I have added is the support for CSS style coloring. I have this set light color, and I will turn everything to red. Hopefully it will work out. And when we load the level, now we will arrive into the red room of Twin Peaks. So what we can do from this is, let's say I only want to color this polygon and leave the sky to whatever its basic color is. So let me try to unset the light color, so I'm not specifying, I'm just leaving it in the default value. Let's say that we want to change this to green, so that we have like a patch of fake grass. And then this happens. The issue comes from me expecting that lighting information needs to be added in the same order as you add vertices to the level. But no, that's not the case. The order of the lighting information depends on the coordinates of the polygons and vertices. The issue comes from me wanting to postpone working on any lighting related calculations until we are basically done with everything else to the level generation. But no, sadly, if we want to have anything but a single color of lighting on the whole level, then we have to do some serious calculations in the finalization part. That sucks. That really sucks. Having to add this type of calculation into the level generation and actually saving the results into the file is just an extra round of thing that I would seriously expect the Arx engine to do. If we want a consistent result of handling lights in the game, then it should be implemented in the engine, but I guess I'm not in the position to tell the Arx Fatalis developers what to do, especially because the game is 20 years old. Nonetheless, I think this is an extra thing we cannot avoid. Another thing I was focusing on in the previous days was to move the whole level to a different location on the map itself. For example, now you see that we should be moved to the right by 200, whatever the unit is, and down 200 more, and we seem to be stuck in this top left hand corner. Let me just change this to something more visible, like 5000 and 4000 in the other direction, and let's see where we end up with that. Nowhere! We are back at the top left hand corner of the book. What gives? Let me just prove you guys that we are at actually a different coordinate. If I keep pressing F11, a set of debug tools in Axelbatatis, then you can see that the player position is indeed 5000 and 4000 as I specified in my code. And also that small bit of offset, minus 140, is because I added that so that the placement of the map is at our feet and not in the middle of our torso or somewhere. What should we do? Shall we shrink the map size? Is 5000 not enough to move the player out from this location? I have one trick in my sleeve. First of all, check this out. If I move the player, I can still move to any place, and the marker moves on the map, and as you can see, I have barely moved like 1000 units, and it's a noticeable difference from the left side of the map. So let me just remove the skybox and move the floor back to the original location, or at least somewhere on the top left-hand corner of the screen. Let's see what that does. Well, what do you know? We started the level at a different location. Check this out. We are here, at the top. Okay, one fuckery with this is that the z-axis is inverted, or at least when it comes to positioning stuff on the map itself, then we have to invert the location. And yes, I have tried rotating the player 180 degrees like it was in the original council level, and no, we still ended up in the top left coordinate, whatever. So let's move down. Good, we are making progress, we are down here. So the trick is, if you want to place the map at any location, then you have to specify at least one vertex. I don't know if you need a whole polygon, but at least one vertex in the 0, 0 coordinates, so that it will be the reference point for any other location in the map. It's nice optimization, but if we have stuff like positioning the player on the map itself, then we should not have something like this. Okay, next issue. Trying to center the player onto the map. So we have a nice limit for the map size, which is in the constants. I have actually extracted this from the original council room map. It's the value of sizeX and sizeZ. Both are set to 160, and the cells of the level, which is similar to my grid system, is 100 by 100 units. So I should be able to set everything to half of it, 8000 and minus 8000 then. We should end up being in the center of the book, at least in that page, right? Ah, you guys are gullible. No, it's not the center of the map. What gives? Let's try moving the player all the way to 16,000 on both axes. Let's see where is that location. Can you spot the marker? It is here down. What the hell? Then what can we fit on this left page? At least why would we have 16,000 times 16,000 if it doesn't fit on the book? Let's try setting that 160 times 160 constraint to something smaller. Let's say 100 times 100. That is bound to fit. Let's move this to 10,000 and also this to minus 10,000, and let's see where we end up with. So the goal I'm striving for is to find the center of the screen, because currently if I want to place anything on the map, then I have to offset it from the top left hand corner of the screen. As you can see, the 0, 0 coordinate is there. So if I have any points marked on the map, then I don't know where it is. not even a rough idea that it's in the top left quadrant or anywhere else. But if I find the center and add that value to every coordinate, then I should be able to use negative values. So if we would have like 2 negative values for the coordinates, then I would just quickly know that the polygon or whatever specified for that coordinate is on the top left quadrant of the map. Alright, let's see if the level works for Arx Libertatis. Do you think it worked? Of course not! It doesn't work like that because it has to be exactly 160, because it is hard-coded into the Libertatis source code. I'm fairly sure that it was in the original Arx Fatalis source code too. So we have this comparison, our sizeX that we have set to 100 and sizeZ, we have set both of these made from maximum background X and maximum background whatever this M size X and M size Y is, hard-coded to be 160. But if it's a maximum value, do we have a minimum? No, we should. We are that indicates that it's needing to specify 160 and range, but that looks like it would provide the player some room to get out of bounds, at least in terms of the magic book. Alright, let's do some calculations based on screenshots. I have created a screenshot when I was at the 16,000 by 16,000 location, and it's here. And the other one is when I was at the top left-hand corner of the screen at 0, 0. If I overlay the two values to each other, and I have added some guidelines, you would see that the 16,000 by 16,000 range produces this big rectangle. And if we want to be inside the left page and apply the same amount of padding that I have on the top and on the left of this page, which is 90 pixels, 98 to be more precise, and 20 on the left side, and apply those to the other ends, then we end up with this other rectangle, which is a fairly good estimate on what can fit in this one page. And the coordinates for that, or the width and the height, is 12,780 and 11,424. So I have added that as a constant to the code, as usual, because I will forget it, and specified a shit ton of comments on how did I end up with this coordinate, and we will use this to center the player. I have specified a center for the screen, and I have also placed the zero-sized polygon just as a reference point so that the engine knows where the zero coordinate is, and now I should be able to end up in the center of the map. Hooray! We are at the center. You think we are done? You think we are done? Seriously? Oh, my friend, the madness is just beginning. Okay, let's play a fun little game of where the fuck is the marker on the left page. My favorite so far. It's in the center now. I have placed a dummy polygon at 0, 0 coordinates, and I have moved the player to center X and minus center Z, so the player is supposed to move down to the center of the screen and move to the right to the center of the screen. Let's try adding a polygon to that same location, but since polygons are calculated normally compared to the variable that I use to move the player, we need to specify center Z in a normal direction. Where is the player now? It's down there, in the center, probably out of bounds, as usual. Alright, so if adding a polygon moves everything down, even though we have specified the 0, 0 origin polygon for reference, the addition of any new polygons will fuck up our calculations. Let's try not moving the player at all. Where do you think we will land now? Can you spot it? We moved all the way to the left side of the page. So far so good. Let's try moving the player this time, but let's try flipping the coordinates so we kinda match what the coordinates are for the floor. Okay, where will we end now? Okay, now we are back to the top, the center, but the top. What gives? What the hell is going on here? I seriously have no idea what the hell is going on, and it seems like a simple thing to solve, but let me just show you guys what the hell is going on here, at least when it comes to different coordinates. Okay, so I have a set of coordinates for pass edit, and we have an offset. These are both in the DLF file, and in the FTS file we have a player position and an mScene position, and it's the only thing which makes the marker move on the screen, at least once you have a polygon at origin. I will not post a new episode until I have this figured out, because this is such a crucial point for editing stuff. Like, where would you place stuff if this doesn't work out? Alright, I will keep you all updated on Discord or on any other locations where we are in contact, and hopefully I will be able to solve this as soon as possible and will manage to move on from this. Also, if you want to check out the code, then it is uploaded to GitHub. I will add it to the description as usual, and you can follow along or try to solve the mystery yourself too. Any help is welcome. Alright, see you all, bye bye!